Obscura Dramatica.
I spun around. Honoré was standing behind me, about 10 feet away, near a brindle cow, tied to a ring on the wall. I was still shocked to see myself staring back at me, and even stranger to see my own hand leveling a pistol, pointing it right at my face.
You're not Laura. Who are you, and why are you chasing me?
I'm Elise DeYoung, and you're going to give me my body back. I'm an awakened, like you.
Awakened, perhaps. But you're far from like me. Not yet.
But we're going to do so many things together.
Together? We're not doing anything together. I want my body back.
And I'm sure Laura would like hers. But that's not how the game goes, dear.
I'm not playing games. You'll give it back to me.
Or what? What will you do?
This.
One of my bottles of ether? You think you can smother me unconscious before I simply fire my pistol?
A bullet won't kill me.
Won't it, though? Are you sure?
Honoré turned the gun then, placing the muzzle against her own head, to the head that was once mine.
One squeeze of the trigger, and I'll blow your original brains all over these barn walls.
Wait, don't. Please.
Obscura Dramatica presents Borrowed Lives by David Bareford, starring Lauren Rogers as Elise. Episode 109, Conflagration.
Please, Honoré, I just want myself back. You stole my life.
Hardly. You've lived countless lives in countless envelopes ere now.
I have not. I wasn't even born until 1843.
Nonsense. You arrived millennia before that. You were simply asleep, unaware of your eternal nature.
What happened to me? What did you do?
Oh, are we chatting now? Conversing like civilized folks? Or are you still planning to accost me?
No, please put the gun down. I just want to talk.
Good. You have some modicum of wit. And in truth, opening this envelope without a suitable replacement would be most inconvenient for me as well. Honestly, I've come to like this girl ever so much, as does Mr. Palmer. Oh, that look. Don't be such a prude, my dear. Potter likes a young wife, and I like his old money, so I change envelopes now and again for him.
So you killed me?
Clearly not, for here you stand. And even though it was inadvertent, I gave you your first awakening, so you should thank me.
Thank you?
Oh, yours was far more pleasant awakening than mine. I was tied to a stake in the public square and burned alive. That's how I lost my original.
That's horrible.
Well, that was life in 1679, especially for a meek little village girl in southern France. In that life, I was Marie-Anne Honoré de Fossé. I was barely 18 when they killed me, though I do have the distinction of being one of the last women in France executed for witchcraft.
You were a witch?
Don't be naive. There's no such thing. What is real are weak men desperate to keep women weaker than themselves. The delicious irony is that they simply made me more powerful.
And now you make other people like you. Make them like me.
Make you? Awakened aren't made, darling. You've always had the gift.
Then why is all this just happening to me now? Why not before?
One's first awakening, that is, shocking the soul awake to its true essence, seems to require the convergence of a pair of special circumstances. The first is an unnatural death, not from aging or disease, but there's some kind of violence or accident. The other factor, though, is a bit more difficult to arrange. From what I've been able to research, an original must die, surrounded by kind of fanatical fervor. Battlefields are the most common place of awakening, though religious martyrdom often does it, among other things. In your case, it seems to have been the little broken hourglass ritual I created.
But why is there a borrowing ritual at all? We don't need it.
Don't we? Imagine a century or more of waking up in the most undesirable envelopes imaginable. Old women, ugly men. There were times I killed myself just to roll the dice and hope for better luck. Honestly, some of the people the undirected soul chooses, well, I'm sure you know.
I've never chosen anything when I borrow. It just happens in an instant.
No, dear. It can take several minutes, even hours, to find your way to a new envelope if there's not one immediately nearby. It only feels like an instant because time is meaningless to an eternal soul.
But I don't remember anything about...
Of course you don't. There can be no memory without a sense of time, because without time, it's ever the present moment, isn't it?
So, how does the soul choose?
Instinct. You might say a soul is just a collection of our primal responses. When it finds itself outside an envelope, an awakened soul chooses the closest suitable corpse to inhabit, though thankfully it avoids bodies too decayed or broken to be useful, and those of children or babies, of course.
Why not babies?
Well, babies are all well and good for mundane souls, the ones trapped in the great cycle. Their memories vanish, but we awakened keep ourselves through the changes. Can you imagine having your full consciousness, all your knowledge and memories, imprisoned in an infant, waiting for years to grow up?
And the borrowing ritual allows you to choose your envelope.
Don't be silly. The ritual is meaningless mumbo-jumbo I made up to distract impressionable minds. The real genius is the Broken Hourglass Society itself.
Genius? It's a murder cult.
Oh, yes, from an unimaginative perspective, I suppose it is.
You killed me!
But I didn't let Charles Michael have you. The things he would have got up to with an envelope like this, well, you can imagine the depravity.
I'd really rather not.
See? Again, you should thank me. And the society helps me source premium envelopes, and the ritual presents them to my freed soul as the most appealing option. Not to mention, they clean up the mess afterwards. In return, I shuffle their souls around to feed their vanity, and they pay handsomely for the service.
But why would you...
It's late. Come back to Palmer House, Elise. I'll put you up for the night, and we can talk in the morning.
Why would I go anywhere with you?
Because you have questions. And I have a room there in the hotel, a private room with a collection of everything I know about the awakened, all my research, everything I've managed to learn in the last 200 years.
Elise? Elise, where are you?
My friends are coming.
Elise,
your friends
where
don't
are you?
understand us. How could they? But I can teach you, Elise. Teach you about who you really are. We can even talk about giving you this envelope back.
Elise? Where could she have gone?
She said she was going further down.
We are further down. Where could she be? If she found Honoré, she should have called out. Are you sure you checked?
Who are you, by the way? I mean, I'm grateful you helped rescue me. I am. But we're chasing Honoré, doing all these crazy things, and I don't even know who you are.
Right. Sorry. It hasn't exactly been time for introductions. I'm Alexandra Browning.
Miss Browning? From room 402?
The same.
I thought you left. I went up to get your bags, and someone grabbed me from behind. I think it was Amos. Shoved a cloth with ether over my face, and I woke up in a cage.
The same thing happened to me, only I woke up in a morgue.
You died?
Would have, but Elise saved me.
Strange question, but is that your real body? I mean, the one you were born in.
Yes, but if I had to hazard a guess, you're not Mrs. Stevens. At least not the same Mrs. Stevens I met before.
I'm Liberty. Or I was. Now I'm not entirely sure.
It can be confusing.
What's confusing is what we're doing here. I understand running away from those occultist madmen, but what are we trying to do here? Trying to kill Honoré?
No! I mean, not in a way that damages her body for Elise. We're just trying to catch her for now.
Does Elise know how to do whatever they were trying to do to me at the hotel?
I don't know. I think so. Look! There!
What?
Shh! A light! Through that door in the barn across there.
You think that's them?
One way to find out.
What do we do?
Follow me, and quietly.
Would be very inconvenient for me to surrender this envelope, of course. I got her barely a month ago, as you well know. And Bertha Palmer is quite well known.
It's her. It's them.
I'm saying I need some time. I can excuse a change in appearance once in a while, but not every few weeks. Be patient for now. Give me 3 months. I'll find another envelope similar enough to this one to prevent any suspicion.
You kill another girl?
You really must get past all that.
Get past murder? I can't let another innocent...
Elise!
You!
Everything seemed to happen in an instant. Alexandra and Liberty burst through the door, charging straight for Honoré. Time seemed to slow as I watched Honoré's pistol rising up to fire, and I saw the look of surprise and fear on Alexandra's face. Without conscious thought, I flung myself between them. Pain flared in my back like nothing I'd ever felt. The ether bottle dropped from my unfeeling fingers, shattering on the floor.
Elise!
Of all the stupid!
Why did you do that?
I lay face down, my cheek against the stone floor, the voices above muddied in a haze of pain. I couldn't move. I watched as the puddle of sharp-smelling ether stretched into a rivulet headed toward the lantern sitting a few feet away. Hazy shimmers rose above the liquid, fumes of some kind that... For the ether fumes had reached the flame of the nearby light, flashing into a ball of fire that shattered the lantern and flung burning oil across the whole end of the barn.
You idiot!
Elise? Elise, can you hear me?
Alex?
I'm here.
Oh, Elise!
You monster, I will kill you with my bare hands.
Stay back! Get away from the door!
Can't you see? This whole place is going up. We have to get Elise out of here.
She'll be fine.
She's dying! You killed her!
Her? I couldn't kill her if I wanted to. You two, on the other hand, will die fairly easily if you don't move away from the door.
You can't just shoot someone and...
Let her go, Liberty.
But she...
The barn is on fire. We all have to... We've got to get Elise out.
Tell your friend I'll see her in a different lifetime.
Liberty, help me.
I felt my friends half lift, half pull me from the barn, but I couldn't move my legs. They just hung there, dragging on the ground. My head felt as though it weighed 100 pounds, and my chin sagged against my chest. By the time we got out, the whole barn was engulfed in flames, and the poor cow's bellowing had begun to wake the people in the buildings around.
The fire's spreading! It's caught that tree, too!
Let's move her down the alley. Let's get her... Get her over there.
They carried me a few buildings down. Every movement, every breath shot a shearing pain through my body.
Lie her down there.
Fire! Elise, stay with us.
Don't think that's possible.
No, you can't die.
I'll find something. Someone to meet you.
Meet us where? Where should we go?
Palmer House. It's where...
Where Honoré will go. She is Bertha Palmer, after all.
She has a room there. Research about everything. Atropos will want to have.
The Palmer House. We'll find it.
I can show her.
Elise, how will we know it's you? Any borrower can save their Elise. Even Honoré if she changes envelopes.
A secret word.
What?
Oh, we'll make a secret word. Like graveyard. Something no one else knows. That's how Ida knew Elise during the ritual.
Fine. What word?
My name. My real name. It's not Liberty, that's just what I told everyone in Chicago. My real name is... Elizabeth Mason.
Right. Good. Elizabeth. Elise, did you get that?
Elise? Find us, Elise. We'll be at the Palmer House once we're together.
I found it hard to concentrate on Liberty's voice. I was just so tired. awoke, tasting smoke. My lungs and throat felt raw and irritated, and the right side of my face hurt and felt hot. As I had learned to do, I laid still a moment and took in my surroundings. Some kind of cloth was touching my face, covering it. It smelled of smoke. I assumed it was a blanket or a piece of clothing put over this dead person's face. I seemed to be outside, lying on a hard surface, perhaps the street. To my left, I could hear voices and footsteps of many different people, shouting and running in different directions. I heard one man shout something about fire. Perhaps I wasn't too far from the barn then. That would be lucky, but who was I? I heard a heavy wagon roll past me, and I decided to test my voice. I am Elise DeYoung, a Goshen, a man's voice, thick, with an Irish brogue, greeted my ears. Ugh, not again. I pulled the cloth off my face and sat up, getting my first glimpse of a world gone mad. Fire lit the night. Not half a block away, several buildings were ablaze, the flames roaring 40 feet high into the air. A hot, dry wind blew towards me, carrying sparks and burning cinders, and around me madness. People were fleeing, others hauled whatever they could carry from the houses and buildings nearby and threw them into wagons hitched to terrified horses. A few used buckets filled from water troughs to put out new fires lit by flying embers. Chaos was everywhere. I looked down at my new body. Definitely a man's. Likely somewhat young, dressed in workman's clothes of coarse fabric that...
Cillian!
And then a young woman fairly flew to embrace me, clutching me tightly, even desperately.
You're alive! We all thought you were...
I'm fine.
Fine?
She drew back, and I got my first real look at her. She was perhaps 23 or 24, with a soot and tear-streaked face, and a wild mane of red curls that fell about with no attempt at coming out. Ow!
Tears for your fine, Cillian O'Rourke. By St. Bridget, the shock you gave me. Lying there a shamming while I sit there at Canaan, thinking it's a winner you've made me.
I just needed a moment. And then both her hands grabbed my face, and she was kissing me. My lips, my forehead, cheeks. I winced when she got to the right side.
Oh, darling, does it hurt?
A little. What happened to me?
It was the smoke, we think. You ran into Mrs. Murphy's store looking to find her son, but you didn't come out, so I grabbed some men to go in after you. They found you lying on the floor. We thought you were dead, that the smoke had killed you.
I'm all right now. Where are we?
Canal Street? Just south of Harrison, I think, but we have to run. Even the streets are burning.
What? I stood up and looked at the inferno to the south. The Nicholson pavement of the street, square wooden blocks preserved with tar, indeed ablaze, flanking burning buildings across the street with an unbroken wall of flame that marched steadily towards us. Even from here, I could feel the terrible heat of the flames, but there was an icy pit in my stomach. Had we caused this? All this destruction and terror?
What do we do, Cillian?
Yet I knew I still had to get to Palmer House, to find my friends, to find Honoré, to stop her.
Cillian!
We get across the river, run into the loop. The fire's coming east and the river's the best chance to stop it. What's the next bridge from here?
Van Buren, I think.
Then we go that way, and we stick together.
Aye. Together.
I took her hand then, this trusting soul who thought I was her husband. I didn't even know her name, but in the chaos boiling all around us, just having another's hand to grasp gave me courage I'm not sure I would have felt alone. We started north up Canal Street, joining the throng of others fleeing the fire. I soon realized how naive it was to think we could simply outrun the fire. By the time we got to Van Buren Street, flames were already there. The wind, blowing strongly from behind us, was lofting sparks, embers, even debris like burning shingles, and hurling them blocks ahead of us. Trees, buildings, even the wooden sidewalks were already ablaze with small patches of flame, and we had to weave around fire crews and bucket lines desperately trying to smother these hot spots.
What are those daft people doing? Why would they be coming this way? There's only the fire back of us.
I looked ahead to where she was pointing and saw a huge crowd swirling at our edge of the bridge. Hundreds of people and several wagons were cramped onto the narrow confines of the wooden steel bridge, and they seemed to be trying to move in all different directions.
What do we do, husband?
We get across, somehow. We move forward, shouldering our way into the mob. I was honestly glad for this envelope, strong and at least 6 feet tall, for I'm not sure the girl I got from Laura could have made a way through. We were making progress when a horse hitched to a cart reared up a few people ahead of us. The poor beast was clearly terrified, but whether from the flames or the throng of people, I couldn't tell. As the horse's body came back down, I saw one of its heavy hooves strike a man in the head, and he crumpled with barely a groan. Commotion opened up a small gap ahead of us, and we pressed forward along the rail of the bridge, moving around behind the cart when
Jacyelane O'Rourke.
A man moved towards us to stop our movement.
Mr. Trodden!
You can't be going that way.
What?
The bridge is on fire, man. That's why we're all turning around, or trying to.
We have to get across the river.
Aye, but not that way no more.
I quickly clambered up a bridge support to stand on the rail, trying to get a better vantage on the danger that lay ahead. Large portions of the wooden decking of the bridge were burning, and no horses were advancing any further. But I also saw a way through, but only if we hurried. No, we're going through.
Are you mad? You'll never make it. Molly, make him see the sense.
I
Molly!
I could recognize 100 thoughts spinning through the poor girl's head, but there were 1,000 in mine. Was there safety across the river? Could we risk the passage? Had Liberty and Alexandra made it across, and would I ever be able to find them? There were no answers in such madness, only guesses. Molly?
We are going to try, Jacyelane and me.
He's gonna get you both killed. Well, Godspeed to you. Now we part forever.
Trodden shoved past us, and I took my wife's, took Molly's hand again, and maneuvered our way through the last ranks of people between us and the bridge. We paused a moment, scouting the way. The burning areas of the bridge were growing larger, but there still seemed to be a widening path through them, if we were careful. Beside me, Molly squeezed my hand. Are you ready?
Yes. I trust you.
All right. Let's go. We made our way across the bridge, sometimes hurrying between patches of fire that were no more than 5 or 6 feet apart. Molly kept her skirts gathered up in her free hand to keep them away from the flames. And more than once we had to backtrack a little to find a safe passage through the spreading fire. Careful there.
Jacyelane!
This way. Hurry.
Saints be praised. I knew you could do it.
But I don't know if it helped. Look, there's already buildings of fire here too.
Aye, but it's better than...
The entire Van Buren Street Bridge collapsed in that moment, crashing down into the river with a terrible crash. I prayed no one had been on it.
Well, sure, and there's no going back that way.
Right. Come on. The loop was supposed to be the safe side of the river, but it was only another battlefield. The air was so thick with smoke that we could barely see 50 feet ahead, and the pervasive ash left a gritty, charred taste in our mouths. Every corner we turned, the danger grew. The fire wasn't just behind us, it was skipping entire blocks. I saw flames suddenly lick out of a store behind us and heard the collapse of a burning building a block ahead. And the people... It seemed every street was choked by a solid, panicked mass of refugees. Thousands of them, some clutching their frightened families together, some laden with whatever belongings they could grab, still others stumbling along barely dressed in their nightclothes. Fighting through the surge of bodies turned what would normally be a 10-minute jaunt into an exhausting odyssey of 3/4 of an hour. Finally, we reached State and Quincy Street and the Palmer House Hotel. The street was filled with a jumble of carriages as guests were streaming out, presumably to flee to safety. Yet others were trying to force their way in. The doormen and the porters were doing their best to bear luggage to, and to keep everyone calm as if it were a normal night, for there was no pretending it wasn't a scene of madness.
Gillian, why are we stopping?
I looked down at Molly's mystified face. What was I going to tell her? That I wasn't her husband? But a girl borrowing his envelope? How could I possibly explain that I was chasing down the woman who shot and killed me, the one responsible for starting the fire in the barn that was now consuming the whole city? Molly, there's someone I have to find here.
Who? Find where?
At the hotel.
Are you out of your ever-loving mind? Who do you think you know here among the swells and toughs at the Palmer house?
It's hard to explain. Elizabeth!
What?
For in that moment, I spied Liberty and Alexandra across the street, soot-blackened, but alive. They stood huddled against the stone at one corner of the hotel, scanning every person that passed by. Elizabeth! Oh, Elizabeth! Their gaze slid over Molly and I without recognition. I began to pull Molly toward them.
Where are we going? Who's Elizabeth?
Elizabeth!
Elise? Oh my God, is that you, Elise?
If you're enjoying Borrowed Lives, don't forget to subscribe on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. And if you would, please take a moment to rate, review, and most importantly, to tell someone else about the show. It helps our work get heard by others, which helps us engage more artists and to create more content. Episode 109, Conflagration, was written and directed by David Bareford, produced by Roger Bazinet and Fozzie Simon, and marketing by Amanda Caraway. And it starred the vocal talents of Lauren Rogers as Elise, Andy Bishop as Liberty, Sarah Feeley as Alexandra, Kristen Johnson as Honoré, Jacyelane Fortin as Molly, and David Bareford as Mr. Trodden.
No, it's not Elise. I'm Molly O'Rourke, and you're going to tell me just how you know my husband.
This has been a presentation of Obscura Dramatica.